Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs, and today we are going to be making a Morning Glory and Butterfly placemat. So to give you an idea of what the placemat's going to look like, that's about what it will look like. I think it's going to be beautiful. I'm excited about this. Alright, so you are, for this segment, that it's going to take us 3 weeks to make this. We're going to make the first 15 rows this week. And so we're going to need a light yellow. You're going to need green, black, and then you're going to need 3 purples. A purple, a lavender, and a dark purple. And then you're going to need 3 blues, and it'll be a dark blue, a medium blue, and a light blue. And I think that's all the colors. Oh, you're going to need a darker yellow too. So the background is a pale yellow. And the first thing you do is you chain 37, and then you start in a second chain from the hook and single crochet across. And then you will have 36 single crochets across, which I've already done. Now, this is the front of my work. This is important. I put a stitch marker indicating that this is the front of my work so I don't forget. Alright, so this is going to be kind of important to know as we're doing this. So I'm chaining 1 and turning, and this is row 2. So in row 2, we're going to go through both loops. We need 11 single crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So now we are going to bring in our green. And I'm using all yarn from Hobby Lobby. I love this cotton, so you know. So this is also cotton yarn. And I'm going to go over both, but because we're on the back side of our work, we're going to do front loop only. So we need 4 green, and I'm doing front loop only because I'm changing this color. Alright, so this is the back, and I'm going to leave all strings back here. Then I'm going to go to yellow. And now we're back to the yellow, so we're going through both loops, and we need 7 of this pale yellow. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there we have it. So now we're going to switch to the regular purple. I need 3 of those. And I'm just going to carry Now again, because I'm using a different color, I'm going to do front loop only. So there's 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was 3. We only need 3. And then we're going to switch off, bringing these colors to the front because we're on the back side. And now I'm going to switch over to my yellow again, and I'm going through both loops again. And so I'm going to finish it off with 11 yellow at the end here. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Chain 1 and turn. So now that we're on row 3 now, and you could see where we did the back loop only, how that brings out our colors more. See, and that's the reason why we're doing it, because you could see the colors better. It gives it a cleaner edge too. So anyway, chain 1 and turn, and now we need 2. Anytime you're working with your background color, when you're going background to background, you're going to go through both loops. All right. So now we need this purple again. We did 2 of these pale yellows at the beginning of 3. So I'm going to bring this purple over here. And again, I could probably carry that yellow with me. Okay, so now, since we're on the front side, we need to go into back loop only with this. And we need 3 purple here. So there's 2 and 3. And then we're going to switch back to the yellow. I am not going to carry that purple though, because I don't want that showing up. So it's 1 yellow here. I don't know if it would or not. And oh, we're going to go through both loops for that yellow. Alright, and then we're going to go through, we need black next. Where are you? There you are. And I only need 1 black. I'm going to go ahead and carry this yellow though. And then we just need 1 black. And then we are going to bring in the yellow again. And that black I put in back loop only. Now we're back to yellow again, and we need 3 yellow. So both loops, I'm doing 3 yellow here. Alright, and now we need to go back to the purple. We need the purple again. So let's bring this back. And the back of this is going to be a mess because I am not carrying yarns. And it won't matter. It's the back of the mat. Nobody's going to see the back of the mat. Not unless they pick it up off the table. So it's not going to bother me that much. If it bothers you, then carry your yarns. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do. Alright, so now I need, in the back loop only, I need one purple here. So it is purple, 3 lavender. I'm going to bring this lavender out. And I'm using the back loop only for this color change. I guess I'm carrying that purple with me. So here's the lavender, 3 of those. And then we're going back to the purple again. And we're putting purple. So anytime that we are not using this pale yellow, we are working in back loop onlys. Okay. So now we have the regular purple. Now we're going back to our yellow again. Leaving those purples there. And now I need 4 yellow. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our butterfly that we are starting. So this is part of that butterfly. And then over here, where the green is, we're starting the flowers. So now we've got 4 yellow. Now we need our green. And I already have it attached right here. We'll find it and bring it over here. So when you float your yarns, make sure that you're not pulling those taut back there, because you do not want to bunch up your mat. It won't look right. So you want to be very careful with that. Alright, so now we need 2 green. So, well, what did I do? I'm trying to get the back loop only. There it is. So there's 1. And 2. So we're doing the regular blue. Oh, dang it. So I'm putting a regular blue in here. We need 3 of these blues. So when you see blue, we're going to leave that green there. When you see blue, you know you're starting the flowers. The morning glories, my favorite, one of my favorite flowers. I grow morning glories every year. So we needed 3 of these blue. And then we're going to bring back our green. and that last one. Bringing this yellow with me, I need one green here, and I am using back loop only again. Alright, switching over to yellow, we need one yellow, both loops, because that's a yellow too, so we use both loops, and then we're going to go back to the green, bring that green through, and in the back loop only we are needing two green. So there's one and two, and then switching back over to yellow, the last 8 should be yellow, and then we're going both loops on those. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And it looks like that we did it perfectly. That is what it looks like. This is going to be so cool. I'm so excited. And yeah, when you're doing the other colors in the back loop only, it makes them stand out better. And I just really love that. I learned that technique from YouTube. Alright, so now we're going to chain 1 and turn, and remembering we're on the back side. So when you are on even number, you're on the back side. When you're on an odd number, you're on the front side. And then also your tail right here. If your tail is to the left, you're on the front side. If your tail is to the right, you're on the back side. And but then you can always put the stitch marker that way too. That helps. So I mean, there are several ways to tell whether you're on front or back. All right, we're going to start out with in row 4, 6 yellow, pale yellow. So there's the 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright, so we're going to switch over to green. Alright, and since I used this yellow all the way through, the only one I'm carrying is the yellow. And we are working in the front loop only since we're on the back side. We need 6 green now. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright. And then we need our blue. So we put down our blue, our green, and bring up the blue next. And we are needing 4 blue. And like I said, I'm using back loop or front loop only. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I need a green. So let's bring this green over. And of course the blue is going to stay behind. We're not going to need that blue again. Anyway, we're putting one green in right after those 4 blue. Alright, now we're going to switch over to our yellow, our pale yellow, and we are needing 3 yellow in here. So there's 1, 2, and 3. We need a regular purple. Next, switch that over. Alright. Alright, working in the front loop here. We need 1 purple, hang on a second, we don't want to finish that stitch. We need a lavender, so let's make our lavender stitch here. And now we need 3 dark purples. So we're going to bring in the dark purple at this point. I think we have almost all the colors in there now. Alright, so we are needing 3 dark purple next. Yeah, which is right here. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then bring that lavender in. One lavender, and then bring the purple back. One purple, and then we need our yellow. So we need 1 yellow here. And then we need a black. We need 2 black here. So there's 1 and 2. Switching over again to a purple. So let's bring that over. So we just need 1 purple, bringing the lavender over. We need 3 lavender. So 1, 2, and 3, and then bring that purple back. And then for the last stitch, we need the yellow again. See if I can get a hold of it. And that goes through both loops on that last stitch. And there it is. Okay, it looks like we've got a mess back here, but it's all right. All right, so anyway, let's chain one and turn and look at the front of this. Oh, we're starting to come out okay. Look at that. So cool. All right, so I'm going to mark that off and do row 5. All right, now we're on the front side again. So the first stitch is just a yellow, and then we need the purple, and then it's back loop only for that. So we need a purple, and then we need a lavender. Finishing off that purple. And this one is lavender. And then we need the darker purple, the dark purple. So we're going to bring it out there. We need 2 dark purples. So there's 1 and 2. Going back to the lavender, we need 2 lavenders. So 1 and 2. And then we're going to bring up our black. We need 2 black. So 1 and 2. Then back to the lavender again. So we'll bring that lavender over. We are needing 3 lavender. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then 2 dark purple. So let's get the dark purple out. So there's 1 and 2. And then regular purple. No, we need a lavender first. 1 lavender and 1 regular purple next. And find our regular purple. That's the tail. Where's my regular purple at? All the way over here. Alright, I'm going to do some traveling over here. And that's a far way to go, so make sure that this remains loose. We don't want it too loose, but you don't want that tight across there either. And then this last one here is a regular purple. Alright, so now we need our yellow. And that was clear over here too. So let's bring it over. But you see how that if you pull that too taut, how that does that? You don't want that to happen. So make it loose. There we go. Just pull that. Alright. So now we need yellow, green, and yellow. So there is the yellow. Here's our green. Doing back loop. And then back to the yellow again. Alright. And then we need 5 blues. So we have our blue here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to bring our green over here. And we need 9 green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Find our yellow and bring it back over here. Alright, let's make sure that we did this right. Did I put that in the right one? So we have yellow, green, yellow. Alright, 1, 1, 1. And then 2, 2, 2. And then 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. One, two, three, 4, 5. 1, 2, 9. So we have a little bit of a problem because Our numbers ain't right. Hang on a second. Alright, so we're right after the butterfly. We're going to do a yellow, yellow, green, yellow with these 3 stitches. Yellow, green, yellow. And we need 5 blue. So there's 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute, I skipped a stitch. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Working with our green. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then you're supposed to have 2 yellow left at the end. And there we have it. So 2 yellow left at the end. So that's what it should look like. Yeah, numbers are right. Alright, so that is row 5. Completely finished. Alright. Let's mark that row off. Row 6. Alright, so let's chain 1 and turn. We're going to start out with 1 yellow, and then we're going to bring in our green. We're on the back side, so it's front loop. We need it. Alright, so we also need that green, and then we're going to go 1 green. We're going back to the yellow again. We are needing 3, and because this is on top of the green, we're going to put it back loop only. So there's 1. As a matter of fact, let's just take that green with us. So 1, 2, 3, and then bring the green in again, and then we need 5 green, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, and now we need our blue. Bring the blue in. So we need 5 blue. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we need a dark blue. And I'm just using this royal blue as a darker blue. So we need one of those, and then we're going back to our regular blue again. And then we need our green again. So let's just bring that green over here. So there's a green here. And then we need 2 yellows. And that's right here. So there's a yellow, and here's a yellow. And we're going to switch over to our purple. We need a purple here. And then we need to switch over to our lavender. We're putting 3 lavender in. 1, 2, 3, and then back to our purple again. One purple again, and then back to our lavender. So there's 2 lavender. And then we're going to bring up our black. Come on. And we need 1 black. And then 2 lavender. So 1, and 2. Now we need our dark purple, which is clear over here. We need 3 dark purple. This row is not coming out right. No, we're definitely not right on this row. It's way off. All right. Okay, so to continue row 6, I will be right back. Goodness. All right, so this is row 6. Don't want to confuse anyone. So row 6 starts out with 1 yellow, 1 green, 3 yellow, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green, and then 5 blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is the medium blue, and then 1 dark blue and a medium blue. All right, and now we need another green. And then we're going to bring this yellow over. And we need 2 yellow. So there you go. 2 yellow. Now we need a purple. Now we're starting the butterfly. So you need the purple, and then we need to bring in the lavender. So there's 1. We need 3 lavenders. 2, and 3. And then we need the purple again. So let's bring this purple over. And we need 1 purple. And then back to the lavender. and 3 lavenders. So 1, 2, and 3. And then, no, that's not right. It's 2 lavenders. So 2 lavenders, and then we need our black. We need 1 black here, and then we need to go back to the lavender again. And we need 2 lavenders. So there's 1 and 2. And then we need our purple again. Nope, the dark purple actually. So we're going to bring that over here. We need 3 dark purple. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we need a lavender. And a regular purple. And then we need this yellow. And 1 yellow at the end. And that is row 6. And there we have it. Let's chain 1 and turn. See what row 6 looks like. So there it is. So there's row 6. Alright. So row 6 is done. And I'm marking off row 6. Row 7's next. So we're on the front side now. And we're going to start off with 2 yellow this time. So there's 1 and 2. And now I just need a purple, the regular purple. And so that's just 1. And then we need the lavender again. And we need 3 lavender. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then back to our purple again. And we need 1 purple. And then back to our lavender. 1 lavender. And then we need our black. soon as I figure out the right strand. We are needing 2 black, so it's 1 and 2, and then back to our lavender. 2 lavender, yeah, 1 and 2, and then we need our regular purple. And that's 1. How many purple we need? 3. 3 purple. 2 and 3. 3 purple, and then we're going back to our yellow, so we need to bring it over here. And we need 4 yellow. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're starting with our blue. As soon as we figure out where it is. Alright, so blue, now we need 1 blue here, and then we need to go to our dark blue. And we need 2 dark blue. So there's 1, 2, back to our blue. And we need 2 blue. So 1, 2, and back to our dark blue. We need 2 dark blue. 1, and 2, and then we need our green. Come on, where are you? Alright, so I'm going to make that so that's not too tight. Trying to fix that. So we need a green here. Actually 2 green. So there's 1 and 2. And then we're going to bring our light blue in. I know you're wondering what the heck, not another color. There's a lot of colors in this. So we need 3 light blue. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the rest of it here now is going to be we're going to switch off yellow, green, yellow in the last 5, ending up with yellow in the end. So we're going to bring this yellow through and change it to yellow. But I have to make sure alright, so here's yellow. Bring in this green. Green. And then bring in the yellow. Yellow. And then another green. And then yellow in the end. And that is row 7. Alright, so we will be back for row 8. Alright, so we're chaining 1 and turning for row 8. We're going to start out with a yellow, with 1 yellow, and then we need to bring our green up. And we need 2 green. And then bring our yellow back up. And now we need 3 yellow. So there's 1, 2, 2, and 3. Back over to green. Oh no, we're not back to green. We're to pale blue. Oh goodness. Hang on a minute. How many yellow now? 3 yellow. And then we're going to bring this pale blue up. And I need 3 or 4 of those. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we need the dark blue. And we need 2 dark blue. So there's 1 and 2. And then we need a lavender. So we're going to bring this lavender all the way over here. We need 1 lavender. And then a regular blue. and then a dark blue, and then 2 regular blues. So back there. So 1 and 2. So we're going to bring this yellow back over here. And we need 3 yellow. So there's 1, 2, and 3. So now we're going to need a purple, the regular purple. And we need 1 of them. And we're going to come back over and get this lavender. Bring this back over here. And now I need 5 lavender. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to bring up our black. And we need 1 black. And then back the lavender again. Now we need 3 lavender. So 1, 2, and 3, and then back to our purple again, which is clear over here. And then we need 3 purple and 3 yellow, and that'll finish this off. So 1, 2, and 3. And as soon as I figure out, there's a yellow right here. Pull this yellow out here. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1 and turn. And this is what it looks like so far. Okay, so cool. So there we have it. So that is row 8, and let's mark that off. And row 9 is next. So we're going to start out with 2 yellow. And then we need to bring purple up. and I need 2 purple, and then we need to find our lavender. We need 2 lavender. 1 and 2. And now we need our dark purple. Which is right here. And we need 2 dark purple. And so far we've done 2, 2, and 2. 2's all the way across. Alright, so we've got our dark purple, and now we need a lavender. So let's bring the lavender over. And we just need 1 lavender here. And then we need to get our black, and we need 2 black. So there's 1 and 2. So 1 lavender afterwards. And then 2 dark purple. 1 and 2. 2 lavender. 1, 2. Yep, that's not working. Wait a minute. I did something wrong. Did we skip a stitch? Hang on a second. We need to back this up a bit. Alright, so there's 2, 2, and 2. 2 purple, 1 lavender, and the 2 black. We skipped a stitch. Hang on a minute. We did skip a stitch. Yep. Alright. So 2 yellow. 2 purple. Alright. 2 lavender. This is the stitch we missed. And then 2 dark purple. Alright, and then 1 lavender. And then 2 black. the lavender, one lavender after that black, and then a two dark purple. That's black. Wait a minute. That dark purple and black are looking. Did I not do that lavender? Wait a minute. I need that lavender after the black. One lavender, two dark purple. And then two lavender, one, two, and then a regular purple. Where did it go? Way over here. Oh, come on. All right. Now we're going to bring our yellow across. We need two yellow. And then we're switching over to our regular blue. Come on. So we need three blue then. And then we need this lavender. And we need, oh goodness, we need one lavender. And then we need a dark yellow. And then a lavender. All right. And then we need a dark blue. As soon as I find it. one dark blue here, and then this light blue is next. We need 3 light blue. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And now we need 4 green. One, 2, 3, 4. We're supposed to end up with 3 yellow, and I don't have that. I have 1 extra stitch. Alright, so 2 blue, 2 purple, 2 lavender, 2 dark purple, 1 lavender, 2 black, and 1 lavender, 2 dark purple, 2 lavender, 1 purple. And I just found out why. Alright. I put 2 yellows in the same stitch in the middle here. Hang on. Oh goodness. We skipped that stitch. So there's 2 yellow now. My goodness. Alright. Now let's switch over to blue. And now it's 3 blue. So there's 1, 2, 3. And we need a lavender. Now we need a lavender, yellow, lavender. So, and that's the dark yellow. So we need a lavender, and then we need to bring in this dark yellow. And then our lavender again. And now we need our regular blue. Oh no, the dark blue. That's right. Where's that dark blue at? We need that dark blue, not regular blue. So the dark blue. And now we need the baby blue here, the light blue. And we need 3 of those. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we need our green. And that's here. and we need 4 green and 3 yellow, and that should finish it off. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4 there. Alright, that is correct. Now let's bring our yellow over and finish it up. Wrong yellow, we need that pale yellow. What the heck? Where's my... Way too many colors back here. Where are we at? There it is. Alright. One, 2, and 3. And there we got it. Alright, so that is 9 rows. And we will be back for row 10. Okay, so we are going to be doing row 10. We're on row 10. So we're going to chain 1 and turn. And we are on the back side again. Alright, so in row 10, we're starting out with 2 yellow singles. And then we're going to green. Alright, so yes, we need, we're going to do front loop only here. We need 6 green. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we need our light blue. And we need 2 of those. Then we need our dark blue. Pull them out. And we need 1 dark blue. And then we need our lavender. And then we need lavender, yellow, lavender. So there's lavender. Here's the yellow. Which goes on top of the yellow. There we go. And then back to lavender again. And then we're regular blue. And we need 1 of those. And then the dark blue. We'll come back over here and get this dark blue. And we need 2 dark blue. So that flower is done on this row. Now we need our yellow, our light yellow. We're going to bring it over. And we just need one in there. One light yellow. Alright. We are needing our purple. We're going back to the butterfly. And it's one purple right here. Wait a minute. And we're going to skip another stitch. It is so easy to do that. This purple is right here where this yellow was, and on the lab below. So there's one yellow, and then we need our lavender again, which means it was clear over here. We're going to go back over here with it. So it's 2 lavender. There's 1, 2, and then we need our dark purple. And it's 2 dark purple. 1, 2, and then back to the lavender. We need 1 lavender. And then we need black. And we need 2 blacks. So there's 1 and 2. And then we need our yellow, our light yellow again. And that's right here. And purple. Back to our purple. There we go. So here's the purple. Alright, and a lavender. 1 purple, 1 lavender. And then we need our dark purple again. And we need 2 of those. And now we just need 3 lavenders, 1 purple, and 1 yellow to finish this off. So there's 3. Back with the purple over here. And then the yellow. in this last stitch. And if I could catch the stitch, there it is. All right, and there we go. All right, let's chain one and turn. See what this looks like. This is 10 rows. And as you can see, we're starting to finish up our butterfly and our flower. That's so beautiful. And I love the way that's coming around like it's a vine. There's a vine around those because of how it vines up. Oh my gosh. Love it. All right, so we are going to mark off row 10. And go to row 11. Only 5 more rows to finish off this segment. All right. And by the time we get, this will be nice. By the time we get our border and everything on, it'll be good. All right, so we are going to start out with one yellow. And then we need a purple. And then we need 2 lavenders. So there's 1 and 2. And now we need 2 dark purples. There's 1 and 2. And then the lavender again. So 1 lavender and 1 purple. And let's bring this purple back over here. And then we need yellow, black, yellow. So now we need to come back over here and bring our yellow over. And it's the pale yellow. So yellow. And then we need our black. Black. And yellow. And then black again. And then we need our purple. So bring the purple over here. So here's the purple. We need purple, lavender. 1 purple, 1 lavender. And then 2 dark purple. And then the lavender again. A lavender and a purple. And that's done on with the butterfly in this row. Now we're going to the yellow. Yes. And we're going to put one yellow in right here. And then we need our blue. And it is the regular blue. Just right here. So we have a regular blue and then two dark blue. Alright, two dark blue, then back to regular blue again. And then we need our lavenders. So let's bring this lavender back over here. So we need two lavender. And then a dark blue. And then six regular blues. Now wait a minute. That's not right. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Alright. We need a light blue. Light blue here. And now we need our pale yellow. So pale yellow, and then we need our green. We need 5 green and 3 yellow, and that'll finish this up. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring our yellow over. pale yellow. And then there's 1, 2, and 3. And there we have it. So there is row 11. Let's mark that off. And let's go chain 1 and turn. And we're going to start this row out with 3 yellow. And then switching over to our green. We are needing 5 green. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then back to our yellow again. We need 1 yellow here. And all right, so we were done with that. We were done with this light blue, and I'm just going to cut it out. Just to get, we have a lot of colors going on there. So we are not going to be needing that blue for a lot of rows. So I'm just cutting that out right there. We are needing our blue, a regular blue. So 1 blue and a dark blue. And then back to our blue. We need 6. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we need our pale yellow again. And that's 1 right here. Wait a minute, I'm not skipping anything. Make sure we're not skipping anything. And then now we need our purple. So we have a purple here. And our lavender. We need 3 lavender. So there's 1, 2, and 3, then back to our purple, and then we need that yellow, that pale yellow again. So it is yellow, black, one yellow, one black, and then back to our yellow, our pale yellow, and we need 2 of those. 1, 1, 2, and then we need our black again. Along with the pale yellow. Okay, and now we're back to the purple. Bring the purple in. So purple, lavender, 1 purple, 1 lavender. And then 2 dark purple. So there's 1 and 2. And then we need a lavender and a purple and 1 yellow. And that should finish this off. And I have 4 stitches and not 3. And I should have 3 stitches left. What did I do? Alright, I must have went into, and I think I know where I did. Messed up right here. Alright. What was it there? one yellow, one purple, three lavender, one purple, one yellow, one black, two yellow, one black. Oh, I need another yellow there. A yellow after the black. Maybe that's where it was. Okay. Then we go for the purple. So it's purple, lavender, nope, that's black. That's two dark purple. Yes, that's better. Alright, so that's what I did wrong. So, right in here, where we needed one yellow is right after one yellow, one black, two yellow, black, one yellow. There's where I messed up. I needed that yellow in there. Alright, so now we are needing, then we did the purple, lavender, two dark purple, and then we're going back to the lavender. It is not easy to work with a lot of colors. It's a little fiddly, but I feel like it's worth it in the end. So we need a lavender, a purple, and a yellow, and that will finish off this row. And there's our yellow. Okay. Alright, we'll change. That was row 12. And this is what row 12 looks like. Everything is starting to shape up beautifully. Alright. We need to go to 13. Which is on this side. Alright. We are on the front side again. And we are starting out with one yellow. We're getting ready to finish up this butterfly. Yeah. So one yellow, and then we need to go to the purple. So one purple, and then we need our lavender. And we need 3 of those. So there's 1, 2, and 3, and then back to our purple again. I think we're done with that dark purple. We are. So we're going to cut off the dark purple. It's just in the way. So let's go back to our regular purple. So we need a regular purple here. And then we need our pale yellow. So we need 2 pale yellow. And then we need 1 black. There's my black. So there's the black, and then we need the yellow again, and 2 pale yellow, and then another black, and then 2 pale yellow again. And now I need our purple. That was also the end of that lavender. So we need three purple. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Then we need our pale yellow again. And we need 3 of those. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we're over to blue. But in the meantime, we are done with this lavender, so we can cut it off. We are not going to need that lavender. Oh, no lavender over here. So we're done with that. All right. We're going to switch over to blue. We need 2 blue. So there's 1 and 2. And then we need our dark blue, and we need 4 of those. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then back to our blue again. Just 1 blue, and then we need our pale yellow again. Which is just 1, and then our green. And we're going to finish this off with 6 green and 2 pale yellow. So there's 1, 2, hang on a second. I don't think there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we need the pale yellow again. I just need 2 of those at the end here. And there it is. So our flower is starting to take shape. And our butterfly is almost done. We got a little bit here to do on the butterfly and it will be done. So that was row 13. Yeah, we better mark it off or I will get confused. There's too many colors to worry about. Alright. Row 14. So we're going to chain 1 and turn. And we're going to start out with 2 pale yellow. And then we need our green. And we need 3 green. 1, 2, 3. Switching over to our pale yellow. And then we need 2 green. And then switching back over to the pale yellow, we need 2 of those. And then we need our blue. And we need 1 blue, 1 dark blue, 1 blue, 2 dark blues. So 1 blue, 1 dark blue, 1 blue, back to the dark, and we need 2 dark blues, and a blue at the end. And then we need to bring up our pale yellow again. And we need 7 pale yellow. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we need a black. So 1 black, and then 4 yellow. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the black again. This is not making any sense anymore. Alright, wait a minute. 2 yellow, 1, 2, and then 3, 1, 2, 3. And we're missing a stitch. Hang on a second, this is not making any sense. Let me do 7. 7. Alright, so let's see. It was 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. And then 1, then 2, and 2, then 1, 1, 1, and 2, then 1. This is probably where I messed up somehow. Oh goodness. See. I'm sorry, I'm going to start this row over because I don't know what I did. It might have been there. And then 1, 2. Alright, so we've got 2 pale yellow. And 3 green. 1, 2, 3. And 1 yellow. And 2 green. 1, 2. And then we need 2 yellow. So there's 1. And that's where I messed up right there, is I missed a stitch. 2. There it is. Oh goodness. And now we need a blue, a blue, a dark blue, and a blue, two dark blue, and a blue at the end. And now we should have 7 yellow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we need a black. The black is here. Alright, and now we need 4 yellow. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then our black. Already this is looking better. Alright, and then we need 2 yellow. One and 2. And then I need 3 purple and 2 yellow. Yes. Alright, so we need our purple for here. So there's 1, 2, 3, and back to our yellow, our pale yellow again. And we're going to finish this off. So there's 1 and 2. Okay. Maybe I made this design too intricate. Okay, so there. It is so easy to miss a stitch when you've got so many colors going on. So there we are though. We have our butterfly and our flower just about done. Alright, so that was row 14. And our last row is 15. And it's easier. Before we start again next week. Alright. We are going to cut off this purple because we are not needing that purple anymore. So cutting that off too. So this row starts out with 12 pale yellows. So there's 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we need a black. And then we're going to go back to our pale yellow again. And just finish off that feeler on that butterfly. And now we are needing 8 of these pale yellows. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, now we are needing our blue, our regular blue. So we just need 1 blue here. And then we need a dark blue. So we need 3 dark. Wait a minute. I was wrong. After those 8 yellow, we need 1 dark blue. Goodness. One dark blue. Then we're going to the regular blue, and we need 3 regular blue. So there's 1, 2, and 3, and then we need our green. All right. So we need 3 green. There's 1, 2, and 3. We need our pale yellow. And we need 4 of them. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to finish this off with 2 green and 2 yellow. So 1, 2 for the yellow, and finish it off with the 2 yellow at the end. All right. That is 15 rows. And our butterfly is finished, and our flower is pretty much finished too. And then we'll be moving up to another flower, and another butterfly. So there that is thus far. Looks pretty good. All right. What we're going to do on these ones that we cut off, we're just turning around, and we're just going to tie each one of these down in the back here. I need to tie them good so those don't come out. Yeah, 3 or 4 times. Alright, so you just find all your ends and tie them down, and we'll get everything ready for next week. And we will do from 16 to 30 rows of this pattern. So I hope you're having fun with this. I know it's really fiddly, but look at it. It is beautiful, and I think it's well worth it. It just takes a lot of patience of changing the colors, but I think it turns out beautiful in the end. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and bye-bye now.